Peter Obi is suing someone for accusing him of bribery. Can you imagine that? Someone accused Peter Obi of bribery. In his statement, he said, I am allergic to money being spent wrongly. That to him, money has purpose and should be spent wisely. If you go to my wife and say that I gave you money, she will ask you, what did you do for him? Let me leave you guys to watch the video.
Somebody said something, I'm suing somebody because he called me names. It's not true. I'm doing so because the person said I bribed him. I'm not gifted to giving. I have allergy for money being wrongly spent. I don't give people money. If you go to my wife now and say, I gave you money, the first thing we ask you, what did you do for him? If you tell him did nothing, say, he's not my husband. He pays you, you only pay for services. Everybody knows that. I can only give you money if there's a service provided. I can't just give you money. So I'm not somebody, I can talk with you here and buy you dinner. But I cannot just see you on the road and say, oh, this. No. I can't have allergy for doing that. Because there's money, people who need it in my village.
But I'm in your village now.
No.
Which village?
No, what I'm saying, which service?
I know, I'm just.
So it is important that people understand money has a purpose. Life has a purpose. What are you living for? Unfortunately, I live in a society that doesn't value purpose, that doesn't use reason in what they're doing. If they do, we won't be where we are.
You've issued a statement trying to clarify what actually happened. I mean, can you reflect on that meeting between Peter Obi and Deji Adeyanju? And you have said that Deji had wanted a ticket for the Amagbari federal constituency to be given to him by the Labour Party. But of course, maybe because he didn't get that, that could have led to this kind of comments.
Well, I wouldn't want to go into insinuating from that angle. I was actually at the meeting, not only at the meeting, but I brokered it. When I was in PDP, I headed a media committee to revive PDP. And at that time, some of these activists were coming around, and Deji was among them. That was when I met Deji, and we cultivated a relationship. So immediately after Mr. Peter Obi got the Labour Party ticket in May 2022, the euphoria of that time, Deji was contemplating running for House of Representatives for Abuja. And I felt that the Labour Party needed somebody like him who is young and activist, popular and all those things. And I discussed it with Obi. I said, look, we need somebody like this who can try to arouse the public. And arranged for us to meet. And three of us met in the night. And we discussed amicably. Obi, as usual, welcomed the meeting and explained his life, how he came into politics and why, what he has done and all those things. After explaining, Deji was also touched. He started his own story and talked about how the mother played huge impact on him and all that.
Yeah, the mother case that was filed against him.
No.
Or his own mother. Oh, okay. I thought
you understand? No. I didn't have it. Okay. We didn't discuss any other thing except after Obi finished his story, Deji now told his own story. And at the end of the day, we left there. It was a long discussion and a very friendly discussion. Because before then, Deji was in the public space, various statements and all that, supporting that this is the best man for this job. So it was based on that the meeting was even brokered in the first place. And after the meeting, 2 weeks after, he issued a statement, tweeted that Obi told him in that meeting that invested government money in his family business.
That's the Anambra State government.
Yes, government money in his family business. I couldn't imagine whether it's the one I attended.
And you were there all through. Was there also any offer of monetary inducement?
I was there. Not only that I was there, I left there with Deji.
Interesting.
So when I saw that statement, my initial reaction was that could they have met without me?
Somewhere else apart from that meeting.
You understand? Because the way he presented it was so assertive that it would be difficult for you to begin to doubt whether it's the one who participated. So I called Deji. I said, what happened? Did you meet with P2B in another place after I left or another place? He didn't give me any response. And I issued a statement 2022.
Yeah, I mean, I received that statement.
Yes.
We reported it. And you've just gone ahead to issue another statement. I mean, so but what do you think would be the primary motive for Adeyanju's revelation? Because he says he's prepared to go to court if indeed Obi takes him to court and that he has evidence.
Well, I am curious because I will love to know, in terms of what may have prompted it, that will be going into Deji's mind, which I don't want to go. You understand? But I'm curious to see if this matter goes to court. Then let me see that. Because if it's something I was an outsider, then I was okay, maybe this happened, or you can never swear for it. But for this one, I cannot imagine.
Well, maybe the lawyers will be reaching out to you to serve as a primary witness in the case.
No, but to me, this matter is a distraction to the project.
You think so?
Yes.
You think that maybe some people, because I mean there have been allegations against Deji against him online, that maybe the APC is trying to use him. Some people even brought out different insinuations that he had an alleged murder case previously, and then of course one of the people who helped him out was Festus Keyamo. Maybe Deji is working for the APC and all of that through the back door to stop Obi. I mean different things. How the online space is like. I mean, do you think as a political editor this is calculated to distract Obi?
Definitely. Definitely, because given the way Deji is pursuing it, you know that there's some political undertone.
From what Peter Obi said here, it has now become very clear that the main reason he is taking legal action against Deji is not because of political criticism or the usual back and forth that happens in public discourse. It is specifically because Deji made a very serious allegation, the claim that Peter Obi offered him money. That is not a small accusation, and it goes far beyond political banter. What makes the whole issue even more revealing is the testimony from the person who was physically present with Obi during that meeting. This individual stated emphatically, without any form of hesitation, that at no point did Obi offer Deji money, not even indirectly. When someone who was in the room confirms that nothing of that nature happened, it changes the entire storyline. It shows that the allegation wasn't just an exaggeration or a misunderstanding. It was a direct claim that touches on Obi's integrity, which is something he has consistently guarded throughout his political career. Now, when you look at Obi's pattern over the years, you can see that he usually ignores the noise. If Deji had simply said that Obi didn't build enough schools or didn't construct massive legacy projects like what Reno keeps shouting about, Obi would most likely have ignored it, the same way he ignores many other political jabs. These are normal criticisms that politicians face every day. Obi has been in public office long enough to know that people will always have opinions, and he rarely responds to them. But this situation is different. Accusing someone of bribery is not casual criticism. It is a direct attack on character. It paints a picture of corruption, manipulation, and dishonesty. For someone like Obi, who constantly emphasizes transparency, accountability, and clean leadership, allowing such a claim to go unchallenged would be dangerous. It would mean letting a damaging narrative spread without resistance. And in politics, silence can sometimes be interpreted as acceptance. So now, the picture is clearer than ever. This case is not about schools, not about projects, not about performance debates. It is about a very specific and very serious allegation, the claim that Peter Obi bribed Deji. And because this allegation strikes at the heart of Obi's reputation, he is choosing to address it legally, not through public arguments or online back and forth. It shows that when it comes to protecting his integrity, Obi is not willing to joke with it at all.